Alright guys, so today we're going to do something that a lot of people have done before, but I've never done it and I've always wanted to, I just never got around to it until now. We're going to be putting a bunch of random liquids through a water filter and we're just going to see what happens. So we're going to be using a 0 water filter. This water filter is, as it suggests, it's supposed to take everything out except for just water. So it should filter out everything. I've seen other videos of this and I'm sure most of you guys have too. You put pretty much whatever you want in here and the liquid that comes out is clear and I'm pretty sure it extracts everything but the water. But some questions that I have are, at least the first one that I have is, if I put something through here like Red Bull, it might filter out the flavor and like the carbonation and all that stuff, but is it going to filter out the caffeine? That I don't know. So that's going to be our first thing. But before we do that, this thing actually comes with a TDS meter that stands for Total Dissolved Solids. So you can see how well your filter is working. I'm just curious. I want to test to see what Red Bull is before and after. That's also pretty good. Color. We'll keep one of these for a color comparison. That honestly looks like pee. Let's see, Total Dissolved Solids. Where are we at? 558. That's a lot. Let's see if this filter can filter this out. It doesn't even look like it's going down. Maybe 2 will be enough. Oh! I thought it was going to take a little bit longer to work, but it's already working. And the liquid coming out is completely clear. It's going to be really interesting if it filters out everything but, like, say, the caffeine, and then it's just like caffeine water. That'll actually be pretty cool. Okay, looks like it's done for the most part. I know, in the beginning it looked like it was going to be clear, but it's actually, almost all of the color is still there. So I wonder what that means for the flavor. So there's our original. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to fill it up, because I'm going to drink the whole thing, because I want to see if that caffeine comes through, and I guess at some point in the video the caffeine will hit me, and I'll let you know if the caffeine came through. So that's... The color actually looks pretty much the same. The smell is almost the same too. Okay, so that's the control. This has no taste. This literally just tastes like water. That's crazy. I can taste the tiniest little bit, but that just tastes like water. I'll be sure to let you know if that caffeine came through there. So that's a pretty cool start. So let's move on to something else. So I completely forgot that I needed to check the TDS. Luckily I still have some left. So we were at like, what, 558? I don't know if you can see that, but as the filter suggests, it is 0. Oh no, never mind. I just pushed the wrong button on the thing. I thought that was a little weird. Okay, so it is 11. So it took out almost everything. I would assume that 11 might be like including the caffeine and maybe whatever gives it the color. So that's pretty impressive. Alright guys, so before we go any farther, this video is sponsored by AirUp. So, AirUp, if you don't know, is a revolutionary water bottle that flavors your water with scent. And I'm going to show you how it works. It's very simple. So, just take the top off, just fill the bottle up with water. And now, once your bottle is filled up, you just pick a scent. AirUp has all kinds of scents. We are going to go with cherry. Now, each packet comes with 3 scent pods, and each scent pod can flavor 1.3 gallons of water. So you just take the scent pod, open it up. So once you get your pod out, here's how it works. The pod has a little teardrop shape, and the straw has a little teardrop shape. You just match those up, push it on there, and you have to kind of pull it up just a little bit. And now, whenever you drink your water, the water is going to be aerated through the pod, and then the scent is going to be added to the water, and you will taste whatever flavor you have. Like I said, in this case, cherry, and you can hear it bubble whenever you drink. That's how you know it's lined up. And then your water tastes like whatever scent you choose. So if you're interested, they have this all-new steel bottle. They also have just classic plastic bottles. And that's not all. So for the month of March, if you buy any starter kit and you use code FREEFAVE5, you will get a free 5-pod variety pack. And in that pack, you will get wild berry, orange vanilla swirl, peach, watermelon, and raspberry lemon. If you are interested, all of the links will be in the description. All right, now this next one I'm really curious about, because in this cup, if you guys have ever added stevia to anything, it's a natural sweetener. Stevia is extremely strong. Like just a little bit goes a long way. Just the tiniest little dab is more than enough to sweeten an entire drink. So I added 2 full tablespoons of stevia to this water and then dissolved it. And just from that, this water is so sweet. Like just enough to get it on your tongue. It feels like you're just drinking a whole bag of sugar. So I'm curious if it will filter out not so much the stevia, but the sweetness. It honestly might clog the filter because there's so much in there. I guess we'll see. So that actually looks pretty good. That's mostly clear. It's a little cloudy, but it ain't bad. Let's see. I should have done a TDS meter of the before. I guess we'll just catch the after. Wow, the after is 0. Okay. Let's see if there's any sweetness left. There is. The amount of sweetness that's left honestly tastes like it would if I had added the proper amount to begin with. That's about what's left. So it filtered out probably like 95% of it. But other than that, it just tastes like water. Now, something else I'm curious about. I have a cup here full of salt water. A lot of salt. We're actually going to check it with the meter. See how much. Wow. Only 244. Oh, it comes up and says 244 times 10. I didn't even know it had that feature. So whatever 244 times 10 is, that's what we're dealing with. That is a lot of dissolved solids. Let's see what this brings it down to. And hopefully, I want to see if it'll obviously take all the salt out of it. And then if it does, I'm curious if you could say, maybe if you were stranded on an island and all you had was salt water, but you had this, could you get you some water? It literally smells like the ocean. So, this is suspiciously yellow. And not only is it yellow, there's like, it almost looks like there's oil or something in there. Which I'm going to assume is the salt. And if I look real close, I can actually see this like oily substance coming out of the bottom. So that has to be all the salt. So there's no way that it filtered out the salt. Woo! Not only did it not get the salt out of there, it also, like, between each thing that I put in here, I've been flushing it out with water to get the last thing out of it. And it's like it's like there was, like, some Red Bull trapped in there, and it, like, flushed it out or something. I made my eyes water. That's rough. I honestly feel like it did almost nothing. It literally did do nothing. I don't remember what we were at before. We were at 244 times 10. Now we're at 236 times 10. So it did, like, essentially nothing. That's kind of disappointing. I thought it would do way more than that. That's rough. I think I'm just gonna have to change the filter after this one and get a new filter for the next one. That's one of the worst things I've ever tasted in my life. That's horrible. So after all that nastiness, let's just take a little breather and try something halfway normal. Let's just try some Mountain Dew. Let's get us a little control here. There we go, some nice Mountain Dew. Probably one of the worst liquids on earth that you can drink. It's like death in a bottle. That should be enough. Well, it's pretty much done, and that honestly looks pretty clear. Although, when I look in the bottom, I can still see that it's got like some type of like oil texture or something to it. It's very, very, very strange. I think, I'll have to look at the ingredients, but I think Mountain Dew has vegetable oil in it. And I think that's what that's from. It still smells like Mountain Dew. I don't know why this is such a very specific flavor that like just comes to my memory. It tastes like if you went to Taco Bell and you got a Mountain Dew, but you left the cup in the car and all the ice melted, and then you took a drink of it. That's what it tastes like. That's so crazy. That's the exact flavor. I'm gonna see if I can get a shot of that up close so you can see what I'm talking about, where it's like the oil comes out. So you can see here the bottom of the filter. This is what I was talking about when I said it looked like oil. And then you can see it leaking right out of the bottom of the filter right there. It looks crazy. This is exactly how the salt water looked. I forgot we need to check the TDS. The TDS of regular Mountain Dew, 267. What's this? 50. It's pretty good. So, the water filter did not filter out the sweetness. Well, it kind of filtered out the sweetness, but like not really. It definitely didn't filter out the saltiness. It didn't filter out the caffeine. I don't know if I even told you guys that or not, but the caffeine definitely made it through because I can feel it. So the caffeine, it does not filter out caffeine. Now I'm curious, will it filter out alcohol? Talking about the caffeine, I feel like my eyeballs are vibrating because I usually don't drink caffeine. So let's have a little control. And let's just pour the rest of this in here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make a guess. I'm going to say that it does not filter the alcohol out. But who knows? So, from looking at this, I don't feel like this did much of anything. Color looks the same. It's got that same, like, oily type thing, which this time I'm assuming is the alcohol. It looks a little watered down, probably because the filter had water ran through it. But this one, of course, has I guess like a gasoline rubbing alcohol smell. I'll taste this one first. That tastes bad. That's rough. That burns, and it tastes like a campfire. I don't have much hope for this. Same thing. Burns, it tastes like a campfire. I wouldn't recommend that. Like normal or through a filter, nothing. I would just say stay away from that. The answer to that question, the filter does nothing to that. That's nasty. I'll check the TDS. I'm gonna say there's probably not gonna be any TDS because it's well, never mind. 23 and 11. So basically in half. And now just one last thing, purely because I have it, red wine. Now we already know that this stuff tastes gross, so that's not gonna be a surprise if it's gross. There's our control. This is a brand new filter also. And that should be enough. I'm curious. I want it to come out clear because that would be cool. But I don't think it will. No, I can already tell. It's already coming out red. Okay. It literally looks exactly the same. I kind of have a feeling that nothing is going to change. They smell almost identical. This one may be a little bit stronger. I don't even know how to describe that. Watered down rubbing alcohol, chewed on a grape, and then sipped a tiny bit of rubbing alcohol. That's kind of what that tasted like. Ugh. Ugh. This one has way more flavor, if that's even what you want to call it. It's got more of something. I don't know if it's flavor, and this just tastes really watered down. But the color is the same. And I can definitely taste the alcohol. I say just like, honestly, just stay away from red wine. It's just gross. So I guess that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna stop putting things in this water filter that are gross. If there's anything that you guys really want to see me put in this water filter and try it, I mean, I will. I'll do it for you. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.